Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the very important topic indefinite integrals. It is very important in JEE Mains and advanced also. We can expect minimum one question in JEE Mains and advanced from the indefinite integrals. So basically it is depend on the only formulas. The formulas are very important, like as in differentiation. Therefore, the difference between the differential calculus and the integral calculus is one and only one difference. That means that is the only the reversible process or the inverse process of the differentiation is called the integration. So that is the only thinking. So here the derivative of is denoted by d by dx of. Here the integration is denoted by the symbol. We can read as this one, like this. This is the integral of. In the derivative we can write d of. This is the symbol, derivative of f of x. But here in this we can write the integral of. Therefore, so now we are going to the first differentiation. So we know that suppose we can take the d by dx of the sin x. Everybody know that the derivative of the sin x. We know that the derivative of sin x is the cos x. The derivative of the sin x is the cos x. So the derivative of the sin x is the cos x. Is it clear? The definition of the integration. Integration is the inverse process or the reverse process of the differentiation is called the integration. The inverse process of the differentiation is called the integration. Therefore, here this is the derivative of sin x is the cos x. That implies we can written as this is integral of cos x dx. The integral of cos x dx is the sin x. The integral of the cos x sin is the dx. Therefore, f of x, f and z, if f and z are the two functions, f and z are the two functions, f and z are the two functions, if f and z are the two functions of x such that if f and z are the two functions of x such that the derivative of g of x, the derivative of g of x is the f of x, the derivative of the g of x is the f of x, the derivative of g of x is the f of x, then g of x, the g of x is called, the d of x is called the antiderivative. G of x is the antiderivative of f of x or primitive of f of x or integral of f of x. So this can be denoted by symbolically the integral of f of x, the integral of f of x dx is the g of x. Here the integral of f of x g of x, the integral of f of x with respect to x is the g of x. This is the integration. Therefore, f and z are the two functions of x such that the derivative of g of x, equal to f of x, then the g of x is called the antiderivative of f of x or the primitive of f of x or integral of the f of x. This is denoted by integral of f of x dx equal to g of x. After that, we can discuss about derivative of the trigonometric functions. The derivative of the trigonometric functions. Then you can first we know that the derivative of the trigonometric functions. Then we can find the integral of the trigonometric functions. Integral of the trigonometric functions. So recently we know that we already discussed the fundamental definition of the indefinite integral. That means the inverse process of the differentiation. The inverse process of the differentiation is called the integration. The inverse process of the differentiation is called the integration. Therefore, like this, the derivative of sin x is the cos x. Therefore, integral of cos x is the sin x. That is the definition. Suppose if you are taking the derivative of, you can write the derivative of f of x plus c is a f of x. Here we can take the derivative of f of x plus c is a f of x. Then you can write integral of f of x. The integral of f of x dx is the f of x plus c. This is called the fundamental integral. Therefore, if the d by dx of f of x plus c equal to f of x, then integral of f of x dx is the f of x plus c. So here the f is the continuous and differentiable function. Therefore, now we are going to discuss about the integral of the trigonometric functions. So like this here, just you are taking some function, algebraic function. Suppose we are going to discuss the derivative of x square. The d by dx of, suppose if you are taking the derivative of x square, that is the 2x. The derivative of d by dx of x square plus 1, this is also 2x. The d by dx of x square plus 2, this is also 2x. All clear? Here, first you got the constant, in this case 0. This is the 1. Here 2. So the function is denoted by, you are taking y. This is the y. This is the y also. Therefore, the y equals to, we can take the d by dx of x square. Here the derivative of we can take the derivative of x square, this one. The derivative of x square plus 1, this one. Now we can write the derivative of x square plus 2 is the 2x. Now we are taking here the integral of, that means we can write the integral of 2x. The y equal to integral of 2x. That implies we can take the y equals to integral of 2x is the here x square. Here clear? The integral of 2x. The integral of 2x dx is here x square plus 1. The integral of 2x dx is the x square plus 2. What we are thinking here, the constant 0, 1, 2. So now we are looking here. So this is called the constant of the integral. That means arbitrary constant. Whereas we can take 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. Therefore, those are all different. But the integral is the here integral of 2x. Therefore, what you are thinking? The derivative of 1, 0. The derivative of the 2, 0. The derivative of x square 2x. The derivative of x square 2x. Derivative of 1, 0. The derivative of x square is 2x. The derivative of 2 is 0. So, like this, we can know that the inverse process of the differentiation is called the integral. Here, x square and x square plus 1 and x square plus 2, these are all the integral of 2x. Therefore, like this, we are taking, suppose, this is one y. Now, we are taking the graphs here. Suppose y equal to x square is this graph. Y equal to x square. Now, we are taking x equal to 0. Now, this is the graph. this is the 1, this is the 0. After then we are taking the x square plus 2. This is the x square plus 2. Now we can write this is x square plus 2. This is the x square plus 2. Now we are clear. So what we observe here, undoubtedly this one 0, this one 1, this one 2. These are all parallel. Since we can draw some line x equal to some x1. Here x equal to x1, undoubtedly it meets this one point, this one and this one. So we can we are simply observe here, we can draw the line. This is the tangent, this tangent, these tangents. So sorry, these are the tangents must be parallel. So they are y equal to, so we are taking the y equal to x square plus 1 and y equal to x square and y equal to x square plus 1 and y equal to x square plus 2 intersect some at x equal to x1. The tangents at x equal to x1 to the curves, family of curves y equal to x square and y equal to x square plus 1 and y equal to x square plus 2 are parallel. This is the geometrical interpretation. Therefore, after that we are taking the integral of x square 2x, the integral of x square plus 1 and x square plus 2 both are same, but the arbitrary constant is different. That's why we are taking the, suppose integral of sin x, d by dx of the sin x plus c, we can write cos x. Then you can write the integral of cos x. The integral of cos x dx is the, we can write simply sin x plus c. Sin x plus c, where c is the constant of the integral. Constant of the integral. Therefore, now we are going to discuss about the some integrals, standard integrals. So first of all, we know that the derivative of x power n, the derivative of x power n in the first year, n into x power n minus 1. Clear? The derivative of x power n is, we know that n into x power n minus 1. Like this we can write here the derivative of, all of you listen carefully, the d by dx of x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Why we are taking the constant, sir? The derivative of the constant is always 0. The derivative of the constant is always 0. Therefore, we are taking the derivative of x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So, x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. That means we are taking the derivative is n plus 1 into x power n plus 1 minus 1 whole by n plus 1. The derivative of c is the 0. Here the derivative of x power n plus 1 is n plus 1 into x power n plus 1 minus 1 whole by n plus 1 plus 0. Now these are cancelled. Now this is the x power n. This is the x power n. Therefore, we can write this one x power n. Is it clear? The derivative of the x power n plus 1 is the n plus 1 into x power n plus 1 minus 1. Understand? The derivative of the x power n plus 1. This is the n plus 1 into x power n plus 1 minus 1 whole by n plus 1. But the derivative of the constant is the 0. Therefore, after that we can write it is the inverse process. Here this is the integral of x power n. This one is the integral of x power n. This is also called as antiderivative or primitive of x power n. This can be written as x power n dx is the x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c, where n is not equals to minus 1. Since suppose n equal to minus 1, then it will be 0. Therefore, denominator is undefined. So it is the case of only for n not equals to minus 1. It is defined for any value of n, any real value of n, except n is not equal to minus 1. This is the integral of x power n. So in first year, we can write simply the derivative of x power n is the n into x power n minus 1. We know that the derivative of x power n is the n into x power n minus 1. Whereas here the integral of x power n. The integral of x power n is the x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. X power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. This is the integral of the x power n. Suppose we are find the root x. So all of you listen carefully. What is the integral of root x? Ante so many members directly write the integral of root x is also 1 by 2 root of x. That is undoubtedly it will be wrong, because the root x, the derivative of root x, we know that 1 by 2 root of x. But here it is compare with, we can write it is compare with x power 1 by 2. This is the x power 1 by 2 2x. Just we know that the integral of x power n is the x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. The integral of x power n is the x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. That's why we are taking here x power 1 by 2 plus 1 whole by 1 by 2 plus 1. Then you can write, take every time the integral constant. This is the arbitrary constant. Now we can write the x power. We can write x power, this is the 1 by 2 plus 1 is the 3 by 2 whole by 3 by 2, that is the 2 by 3 plus c. This is the x power 3 by 2 into 2 by 3. Therefore this is the our required solution. Therefore x power 3 by 2 into 2 by 3. So now we are going to the another formula. The integral of x power n. The integral x power n is the x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Now the d by dx of e power x plus c. We know that the derivative of e power x in the differentiation e power x. Now we are going to the same. The integral of e power x is also e power x. In the first year we know that the derivative of e power x, that is the e power x. Here the derivative of e power x is the e power x. Derivative of the constant is 0. That's why this is the integral of e power x. Now we can write this is e power x dx. The e power x dx, integral e power x dx is the e power of x plus c. The derivative of e power x plus c is the e power x plus c. Now we are going to the another one. The d by dx of the 2 root of x. The d by dx of 2 root of x plus c. The derivative of 2 root of x plus c. What do you know that here 2 into the derivative of root x 1 by 2 root of x. Is it clear? The 2 into root x, 2 into the derivative of root x 1 by 2 root of x. The derivative of constant is 0. Then we are getting 1 by root x. 1 by root x. Therefore, now it can be written as integral of 1 by root x. The integral of 1 by root x. 2 root x plus c is the integral of 1 by root x. Therefore, integral 1 by root x dx is the 2 root of x plus c. Suppose suppose if you forget it, the formula of 1 by root x. If you forget the 1 by root x dx, then you can write simply this is sending to the numerator minus of 1 by 2. Is it clear? The 1 by 2 is sending to the numerator, then it will be minus 1 by 2. What do you know that the integral of x power n dx is the x power n plus 1 by n plus 1, where n is the minus 1 by 2. Then it will be x power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 whole by minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Is it clear? The x power minus 1 by 2. Now this is x power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Therefore, now it will be x power 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2. Now this is sending to the numerator, then it will be 2 into root of x. Understand or not? Therefore, 2 into root of x plus c. This is the always a constant of the integral. Therefore, we can write, suppose if you forget, again you can taking the derivative of e power x is this one, then find the derivative of this one, we getting this one, the derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root of x, 2 cancel, again getting this one. This is the simple logic, the inverse process of the differentiation. Is it clear? The inverse process of the differentiation. The inverse process of the differentiation is called the integration. The e power x derivative is e power x. The derivative of root x is 1 by 2 root of x, 2 cancel. The derivative of x power n plus 1 is n plus 1 into x power n plus 1 minus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 cancel. Then you getting x power n. Now we know that the derivative of a power x by log a. The derivative of, all of you listen here, the derivative of a power x, the derivative of a power x, that is a power x log a. We know that the derivative of a power x is a power x log a. In the denominator is constant there, log a. The derivative of the constant is 0. Then these are cancelled. What is getting here? The a power x. We are getting a power x. Therefore, simply we can observe here the derivative of a power x is the a power x log a. Here the denominator is log a. Therefore, log a cancel. The derivative of the constant is also 0. Then it will be a power x. Now we can write, it will be the integral of a power x. The integral of a power x dx is the a power x by log a. The integral of a power x dx is the a power x log a. A power x upon log a plus c. These are the basic fundamental formulas, the algebraic functions. Therefore, here we are taking the integral of x. Now reading like this: the integral of x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Integral of e power x dx, e power x. Integral of 1 by root x dx, 2 into root of x. The integral of a power x dx, a power x by log a. These are the first 4 formulas. After that, we are going to the next one, the d by dx of, everyone know that the derivative of log x plus c. The derivative of log x plus c or log mod of x. The derivative of log mod of x is 1 by x, where x is not equal to 0. The derivative of log x, where x must be not equals to 0. The derivative of the log mod of x plus c is the 1 by x. Now this can be written as the integral of 1 by x. The integral of 1 by x dx. The integral of 1 by x dx is the log mod of x. The integral of 1 by x dx is the log mod of x. The integral of 1 by x dx is the log mod of x. These are the formulas. Integral x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Integral of e power x dx, e power x plus c. Integral of 1 by root x dx equal to 2 root of x plus c. Integral of a power x dx equal to a power x by log a plus c. Integral of 1 by x dx equal to log mod of x plus c. Now we are going to discuss about the formulas of the trigonometric functions. Trigonometric functions. Okay, now we are going to the integrals about the trigonometric functions. So we are know that the d by dx of sin x plus c. We are know that the derivative of the sin x is cos x. Is it clear? The d by dx of now we know that the d by dx of sin x is the cos x. Derivative of the constant is 0. And another one, the d by dx of cos x. The derivative of cos x is the minus of sin x. We can write the derivative of minus of cos x. Derivative of cos x is the minus sin x. Minus of minus plus, that is the sin x. The derivative of the constant is 0. Now the d by dx of the tan x. the derivative of the tan x, we know that the derivative of the tan x, the derivative of the tan x is the secant square x. The derivative of the tan x is the secant square x. Now the dy dx of the cot x, the derivative of the cot x, we know that minus of cosecant square x. Now we are taking here minus. The derivative of the cot x is the minus of cosecant square x, minus minus plus. This is the cosecant square x. Now the dy dx of secant x, the derivative of secant x is the secant x tan x. The derivative of the secant x is the secant x tan x. Now we can write the derivative of the d by dx of cosecant of x. The derivative of cosecant x is the minus of cosecant x cot x. Now the derivative of cosecant x is minus of cosecant x cot x. Minus of minus plus. Now this is the cosecant x cot x. Is it clear? Now we can write, we know that these are all called antiderivatives or primitives or the integrals of cos x, sin x, secant square x, cosecant square x, secant x tan x. So therefore now we can write the integral of cos x dx. The integral of cos x dx is the integral of cos x dx is the sin x plus c. Now this is the integral of sin x. Integral of sin x dx. The integral of the sin x dx is the minus of cos x plus c. Now the integral of secant square x. The integral of secant square x dx is the tan of x plus c. Now the integral of cosecant square x. The integral of cosecant square x is the minus of cot x plus c. Now the integral of secant x tan x. The integral of secant x tan x is the secant x plus c. Is it clear? This is the secant x plus c. Now we are going to the integral of cosecant x cot x dx. Integral of cosecant x cot x dx is the minus of cosecant x plus c. Now we are know that the integral of cos x sin x. Integral of sin x dx equal to minus cos x. Integral of secant square dx equal to tan x plus c. Integral of cosecant square x dx minus of cot x. Integral of secant x dx equal to secant x plus c. Integral of cosecant x cot x dx equal to minus cosecant x. Now here we can write, so we observe here derivative of sin x cos x, derivative of cos x minus sin x, minus of minus plus sin x, derivative of tan x secant square x, derivative of cot x minus cosecant square x minus minus plus, derivative of secant x tan x, derivative of the minus cosecant x minus of minus plus. These are the formulas of the trigonometric functions. So now we are going to the inverse trigonometric functions. Now the integrals of the inverse trigonometric functions. Integral of the inverse trigonometric functions. So now the d by dx of sin inverse of x plus c. The d by dx of sin inverse of x plus c. We know that the derivative of sin inverse x is 1 by root of 1 minus x square. 1 upon root of 1 minus x square. Now the d by dx of cos inverse of x plus c. We know that the derivative of the cos inverse of x is the minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square. What is minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square. Now this is the minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square. The derivative of the constant is the 0. Now the d by dx of tan inverse of x. We know that the derivative of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. Now the derivative of the tan inverse of x plus c. The derivative of tan inverse x is the 1 by 1 plus x square. Yes or no? The derivative of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. The derivative of the constant is 0. Now we are writing the d by dx of the cot inverse of x plus c. The derivative of the cot inverse x is the minus 1 by 1 plus x square. Now this can be written as, when you are getting the minus, undoubtedly we can take minus. The derivative of cot inverse of x is minus 1 by 1 plus x square. Minus of minus plus. Is it clear? Here we are also taking the derivative of the cos inverse x. We know that the derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 by. We are taking suppose minus here. Now this is the derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square. Here minus of minus is the plus. Now we are taking the d by dx of the secant inverse of x plus c. The derivative of secant inverse x plus c. The derivative of secant inverse x plus c is the 1 upon mod x into under root x square minus 1. Therefore now here we can write minus 1. Here write the 1 by root of 1 upon mod x into root of x square minus 1. Now the d by dx of the cosecant, the d by dx is the cosecant inverse of x plus c. The derivative of the cosecant inverse, x is the minus 1 by, here you taking minus of minus plus. Derivative of cosecant inverse x is, the derivative of the cosecant inverse x is the minus 1 upon mod x into root of 1 minus x square. Now minus of minus is here plus. The minus of minus is plus. Now we can write 1 by mod x into under root x square minus 1. Now these are the formulas. You can clear. Now we can write the integrals. We are taking here the integral of 1 by root of 1 minus x square. The 1 minus root of 1 minus x square dx. Yes or no? The integral of 1 by root of 1 minus x square is the integral of. So this is the sin inverse x plus c is the integral of this one. Therefore integral of 1 by the integral of and 1 upon under root 1 minus x square dx. 1 minus x square dx is the sin inverse of x plus c. Now this is also the integral of 1 by root of 1 minus x square dx is the minus of cos inverse of x plus c. Now we are right clear here integral of 1 by 1 plus x square dx. The integral of 1 by 1 plus x square dx is the form tan inverse of x plus c. Is it clear? Now we can write the integral of 1 by 1 plus x square dx is the minus of cot inverse of x plus x plus c. This is 1 by mod x into root of x square minus 1 dx. This is the secant inverse of x plus c. Now we can write the integral of 1 by under root x square minus 1. This is the cosecant inverse of minus of cosecant inverse of x plus c. Now these two are same. Now we can write these are same. Now we can write minus of cos inverse of x plus c. Minus of cos inverse of x plus c. So is it clear? Now we can write these two are same. Now this can be written is also the tan inverse of x or minus of cot inverse of x plus c. Minus of cot inverse of x plus c. Now we are observe here. This is the formula of minus of cosecant inverse of x plus c. Is it clear? These are the inverse trigonometric formulas. Therefore, similarly like this, we can write the derivative of sin inverse x 1 by root of 1 minus x square. Derivative of the tan inverse x 1 by 1 plus x square. Derivative of the secant inverse of x 1 upon mod x into root of x square minus 1. So first of all, so we know that already we discussed integral of x power n dx. Integral of x power n dx is the x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c, and the second one is integral of e power x dx is the e power x plus c, and integral of 1 by root x is the 2 root of x plus c, and the integral of a power x dx is the a power x by log a plus c, and integral of 1 by x dx is the log mod of x plus c. Suppose we are taking integral of 1 dx. How to find this one? Is it clear? 1 dx it must be x. Since integral 1 dx is the x, that is x power 0 dx. X power 0 is the 1. Yes or no? The x power 0 is the 1. Therefore, now we can write here x power 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1. So, we are using this form. We are taking the n plus 1 by n plus 1. We are taking n is the 0, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1. Now this is the x plus c. Integral of 1 dx is the x plus c. Now we can write the 2 dx. 2 into dx. Is it clear? 2 into 1 dx. Therefore 1 is the integral is the x, that is 2x plus c. Now integral of 3 dx. Now this is the 3x plus c. Similarly like this, integral of k dx is the kx plus c. What we observe here, the derivative of kx is k, the derivative of 3x is 3, derivative of 2x is 2, like this derivative of x is 1. Therefore we can write similarly, we know that the inverse process of the differentiation is called the, simply we are taking here the derivative of, so what is the reversible process means, the d by dx of, this is the fundamental integral formula. Therefore d by dx of, if d by dx of, the d by dx of f of x plus c, we know that f of x, that means we can write here the integral of f of x, the integral of f of x dx, we can written as the integral of f of x dx, the integral of f of x dx can be written as f of x plus c. So integral of f of x plus c can be written as f of x plus c, that is we can also written as f of x is, what is the f of x here? This one. Now this is d by dx, that is the f of x is the d by dx of f of x plus c into dx. Is it clear? We know that derivative and the integral are the both are reversible. The reverse of x is 1 by x. If this multiplication is 1, the reverse of 2 is the 1 by 2. Now these are cancelled. The reverse of the 2 by 3 is the 3 by 2. Therefore here the derivative and inverse are cancelled. Then we are getting this one. That is the f of x. This is the f of x plus c. Is it clear? Here the f of x is given by f of x plus c. Here the f of x is given by f of x plus c. Therefore, we can replace it by f of x is d by dx of f of x plus c. After that we are going, these two are cancelled. Now these two are reversed. Therefore, what we are getting? F of x plus c. That means the inverse process or the reversible process of the differentiation is called the is called the integration. Now here, similarly, we can prove that these formulas. After that, already we discussed trigonometric formulas. How to read them? Directly you can write these are. So further you can write integral of sin x dx. That is the minus of cos x plus c. The derivative of cos x is the derivative of the cos x is the minus sin x, minus of minus plus. After that, the integral of cos x dx is the sin x plus c, because the derivative of sin x is the cos x. Now we are taking that now we are right the integral of secant square x dx, that is the tan x plus c, because the derivative of tan x is the secant square x. Further that we are going to learn about the integral of tan x is also. So present we are only know that the integral, we are only find the integral of secant square dx is the tan x plus c. Now the another one is integral of cosecant square x dx is the minus of cot x plus c. Minus of the derivative of cot is minus of minus plus cosecant square x. Then you can write secant x tan x. Integral of the secant x tan x is the secant x plus c. The integral of cosecant x, the integral of the cosecant x cot x dx is the minus of cosecant x plus c. The integral of cosecant x cot x, the integral of the cosecant x cot x is the minus of cosecant x plus c. These are the integral of the trigonometric functions. So now we are going to integral of 1 by root of 1 minus x square dx. This is the sine inverse of x plus c, or minus of cos inverse of x plus c. Okay, understand? The integral of 1 upon under root 1 minus x square dx is the sine inverse x plus c, or minus of cos inverse x plus c. Now we are writing integral of 1 by 1 plus x square dx. Then it will be, we know that tan inverse of x. Since the derivative of tan inverse of x is 1 by 1 plus x square. Now this is also minus of cot inverse of x plus c. Minus of cot inverse of x plus c. Now this is 1 by root of x square minus 1. Therefore 1 by mod x into root of x square minus 1 dx is the secant inverse of x plus c minus of cosecant inverse of x plus c. These three formulas are the inverse trigonometric functions. The integral of the inverse trigonometric functions. Now we are going to learn about the hyperbolic functions. Trigonometric hyperbolic functions. Trigonometric hyperbolic functions. Now we know that the integral of, all of you clear here, the integral of sine of hx. The integral of sine hx. Now we can write the, please change of this. The integral of the sine hx dx. The integral of the sine hx dx. So the integral of the sine hx dx is the cos h of x dx. So here is it clear? The derivative of cos hx is the sine hx. After that we can write the integral of cos h of x dx. We know that the cos hx is also the sine of hx plus c. This is the sine of hx plus c. Now we can write the integral of secant h square x dx. Then it will be tan of hx plus c. The derivative of tan hx. The derivative of tan hx is the secant h square x. The derivative of tan hx is the secant h square x. Now we are going to the integral of secant hx. The integral of secant hx tan hx. The integral of secant hx tan hx. First you can write the integral of. Now we can write the integral of integral of secant h square x is the tan hx. Now this is the cosecant h square x dx is the minus of cot hx plus c. Derivative of cot is the minus of cosecant h square x. Then you go to another one, integral of secant hx tan hx, this is dx. This is also minus of secant hx plus c. Further we can write finally the integral cosecant hx cot hx. This is also minus of cosecant hx plus c. First in hyperbolic, first three are positive, last three minus. Sin hx, cos hx. Cos hx is the sin hx. Derivative of secant h square x is the tan hx. But the cosecant h square x is the minus cot hx. Integral of secant hx tan hx is the minus of secant hx. Integral of cosecant hx cot hx. Cosecant hx cot hx is the minus of cosecant hx. Now we are going to the inverse hyperbolic functions. Okay, the inverse hyperbolic functions. So now we are going to the inverse hyperbolic functions. Integral root of 1 upon under root 1 plus x square dx. This is the sin h inverse of x. Derivative of sin h inverse x is the 1 by root of 1 plus x square plus c. Now this will be log of x plus under root x square plus 1 plus c. Log mod of x plus log mod of x plus root of x square plus 1. Now another one. Here this is the integral 1 by root of 1 by under root x square minus 1 dx. This is the cos h inverse of x plus c. This is the log mod of x plus, we know that in first year this is the formula of sin h inverse of x in hyperbolic functions. Therefore the cos h inverse x is log mod of x plus root of x square minus 1 plus c. Now the another one is 1 by 1 minus x squared dx. 1 by 1 minus x squared dx. This is the tan h inverse of x. Tan h inverse of x. This is, we know that this is the tan h inverse x is the 1 by 2 log mod of 1 plus x by 1 minus of x. 1 by 2 log mod of 1 minus x by 1 plus x. 1 by 2 log mod of 1 plus x by 1 minus x. This is the tan h inverse of x. So tan h inverse of x. Okay, understand? These are the formulas. These are the formulas. Sin h inverse x is the log mod of 1 plus root of x square plus 1. This is the log mod of x plus root of x square minus 1. But the tan h inverse of x is the 1 by 2. We know that in first year log mod of 1 minus x by 1 plus x plus c. These are the formulas. This is the sin h inverse x. This is the cos inverse x. This is the tan h inverse of x. Now we are going to some integrals of the algebraic functions. Algebraic functions. So integral of f of x, integral of f of x, integral of f of x plus g of x. Either you can also either plus or minus. We can write here integral of f of x, integral of f of x dx plus integral of g of x dx. Either you taking plus or minus. Now we can write integral of k plus of f of x dx. Now we can write here integral of k dx plus integral of f of x dx. integral of f of x dx. Next one is integral k f of x dx. Now here we can write k into integral f of x dx. After that k into f of x and or L into f of x, m into g of x whole of dx, where L m are the constant, where k is the constant. Here also k is the constant. Now we can write here the L into f of x dx, L into f of x dx plus m into g of x dx. Algebraic sum means plus or minus. After that f of x into g of x, we know that is called the f of x into g of x is the by parts. So we are going to learn the by parts in the exercise 2 by taking the ILATE method. ILATE method. So here don't think about the into or divided by. We are know that here either plus or minus. Between them plus or between them plus we are taking plus. Between the minus separately we are taking minus. Here k is the constant, you can write k dx. After that f of x dx. Here into k, one of them constant, you can write k into f of x dx. Both are variables. Suppose here the g of x into f of x, then you are taking the by parts in the further exercises. Is it clear? Now here L into f of x plus m into g of x dx is the L into f of x plus m into g of x dx. This is today. So this is today. Let us continue the class tomorrow. So all of you must read the formulas thoroughly. These formulas are very important in further classes. So all of you will must practice more number of times and read and write 1 or 2 times only the basic formulas. Okay, number of formulas are coming in the next exercises. Okay, thank you all. Let us continue the class tomorrow.